Happy Monday, guys. It's October 14, 2019, and it's been a while since my last live. And thank you for joining us. And we are going to talk about your favorite stocks in the Philippine Stock Exchange. So go ahead, drop a comment so we can start the ball rolling. Okay, so just comment the stocks that you would like us to review, and I'll prioritize them as they appear in the sequence. Okay. Let me set up our tools here. Right. Don't forget to also follow our page if this is your first time here. And we are also in YouTube, just in case you're also interested in viewing our videos in YouTube. We are Miss JD. Okay, so just locate Miss JD, and all of our videos are also uploaded there. Here. Okay. So let's get started. Just anytime you want us to review your stocks, then just drop a comment, okay? In the meantime, I'd like to start with the ones on my watch list. Okay. ATN, for those of you guys who are invested in ATN, let's check out the status of this stock. Okay, so currently ATN is still doing some sideways movement here. We're currently sitting at the support. Looks like the downtrend has somehow stabilized at the support area. And if you want to get in, you are already at a cheap level for ATN at 1.12. That's a good entry price. Okay. But there are no signs yet that tomorrow or in the coming days this will bounce, because there's no volume. Notice the volume for the stock is really, really low. Okay, so we just need to have a good catalyst before this stock will move up. Okay, East West. For East West, finally it has crossed above the MA20 line. So, by the way, the indicator that we are using at the moment is a Bollinger Band. You see the three lines over here. At the center is the moving average, and I just used the default that's moving average in the past 20 days, so MA20. And down below here is our RSI. So with just the combination of Bollinger Band and RSI, we make our assumptions. And currently, the resistance that I see for east to west would be around this level. Okay, so take note, it is an area. Therefore, it can be slightly higher or slightly lower than where I plotted it, but really, really close to that. Now, for those who may have entered here around this level, this could be your profit taking area. And let us say you entered around this level, that could be a potential gain of 4.48%. Now, for some traders, if you are trading this stock, some traders will be okay with around 4.48% gain. But if you're in it as a long-term investor, just observe the price action when it hits this area. And if you see some signs of weakness, when you say signs of weakness, it's something like this, okay? So these are candlesticks that show bearish signals. This kind of candlestick, this candlestick, so that's a sign of weakness. And especially when you know how to plot your resistance and that candlestick appears right at the resistance, then you can say that's a sign of weakness. And let us say you entered down below here, that would mean you can potentially take profit, partially take profit, and then when it declines, you can just buy some more. That way, your cost average will be lowered down, and chances of you maximizing your profit would be higher. Now, that is a strategy if you're a long term investor in this stock. Okay, so we're nearing a resistance for east west. Food, okay, it finally broke out of that MA20 line. So we're a little higher than this line now. So normally, especially in the Philippine market, seldom will you see a stock really rallying upwards without any form of retracement. So if we are to be conservative in our expectations, now that you see some triggers above the MA20 line, that means no, we will be expecting some bullish movements in the coming days. But definitely one of these days, could be tomorrow or in the following days, this support will once again be revisited, trying to stabilize around that area. Same thing like what happened here. Okay, before it gave us that spike in the price, it first stabilized at the new support. So potentially, your food will give you a chance right at the 0.69 level. If you can enter at that price, this is a good time to accumulate volume. Now, another key instruction here is, of course, this the analysis that we use here is purely based on technicals. So it is also your responsibility to check out the fundamentals of the company you are engaging in, meaning you check the revenue, check the future projects, check the financial status of a company. And where can we find that? You can go PSE Edge. Okay, so everything you need to know about a particular stock, you will find it here. Even the dividends, schedule of dividends, and financial reports. Okay, just have to tinker with this page and you'll know a lot of things. And you can also check out this area. For instance, we're now in food. Any news related to that particular stock, just have to click news and you'll find out. So it's a combination between leading news websites and, of course, PSE Edge. Okay, so that's your daily rigor. All right. Interesting. I cannot see your messages, guys. But nice to see that our viewers are growing. Okay. So let's continue. Okay. Maybe you can drop a comment, say hi. Just want to test. Oh, there. So many messages. All right. So, hmm, I wonder if we have messages earlier or before Lucky Touch. Hi, good evening, Miss JD. Insights on green fan. Okay, let me take note of that. Okay, green fan. Good evening, Tram. Nico, Tech, SSI, AGI, Marco, JFC po, Rescue T Bea. Bea, Marco wants to say hi to you. Oh, look, he can't hear you.
Hello.
Closer.
Hello.
Okay. JFC for Marco. Video for Cram. Video, BPI. Okay. Ang ganda ng JFC, AJ, Meg at IMI. Yep, I think it's about time. They've been resting for so long. And it's nice to see even my watch list. A majority of them are on a green zone. So hopefully, no jinx. All of these stocks will move up in the coming days. Okay. So I'm just taking note of your requests, guys. Add so Joe Ever, Jeffsy, okay. IMI, okay. MBT for Ed. I already have Meg, AGI, SMC, C. Okay, there you go. Got it. So let me just talk about food really quickly and then we transition to green. Food, okay, done. Green. Anyway, so let's check this out. Let me just take a look at the weekly chart so we know the overall direction of this stock. Okay, overall in the weekly chart, we're showing some promising moves for green, okay? Multiple times for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive weeks. Okay, the support around the MA20 line is sustained. So I'm thinking we have just established a very solid support in this area. So if you want to get in, if let's go back to the daily chart, if you want to get in near the 2.36 area. Okay. Okay, let's start and continue with phen. For phen, okay, just be extra careful. This might retrace, all right? So this is a sign of weakness and it might revisit the previous support. Just observe the price action around this area, okay, before you enter. Okay. So be extra careful as in the coming days, there's a possibility that this stock is going to retrace or go down. Tech. Tech, the same thing. There is some price rejection that happened around the MA20 line. So take note when a price moves below the MA20 level, this is your MA20 line. Your MA20 line can act as a resistance. Each time that it hits that area, there will be a rejection. Slightly overshoot upwards, but again, it was not sustained. So the same fate, you might experience the same in this level. So hopefully this is going to be the last retracement before we finally see a real bounce for the stock. Because look at this, price is moving down, okay, and there was a retracement that happened following the RSI rules, right? So true enough, it bounced but it was not sustained. Only it only happened for 4 days, but it hit the resistance. So I'm thinking it might go back to the 8.07 or 8 pesos area. 8 pesos area. There you go. Just use that as your safest area to enter or entry price. Okay. Next would be SSI. SSI. Okay, is it? So I'm thinking it's just trying to stabilize, confirm that support because this one, as you can see, slightly higher than the previous low. Okay, so while the price was moving downwards, the RSI is already giving us some signs that we're slowly gaining momentum in terms of price action. So there was a slight bounce over here, but the last in today's candlestick, this is a bearish candlestick. Therefore, we might have a chance again at the support level. Okay, so this is the area to watch out for. 2.41 AGI. Okay, for AGI, you're about to approach the MA20 line, which again could act as a resistance, like what happened here. Um, I am not very confident that it will get past through it or it will break that MA20 line because right now I don't see any big volume over here. So the volume is low, so it might revisit, it will just experience a slight rejection in the price, but still you're at the very cheap level. So if you can haggle around this area, 10.52, that would be great. Okay, or even slightly lower. There you go, 10.41, because here you have another support that I see. Okay, so just observe. Um, it might give you another chance in that level. All right. So Joe, okay, let me also add your request SMPH, Annie, and we're done with food. Now for Jasper, M wide. Okay, I already have MBT, Jasper, PPG. Okay, let's continue. Hi Jonah, thanks for joining. So where are we? AGI, JFC. Okay, for JFC, brace yourself, guys. This stock is about to really give us bullish movements in the coming days. Now, so it's now triggering the upper band. In fact, it started day one, day two, day three, day four. Okay, it even started here, and you're still not that far. Okay, I'm sure a majority of us here would like to invest in JFC as a long-term investor, and this is the perfect timing, you guys, as anywhere from the 222 to 234 level is still fine. You're still at a very cheap level, so go ahead and consider JFC for long term, definitely. Okay, so if it gives you a chance, even just somewhere in between around 230, I think that's fine. It's definitely more bullish movements for GFC. Let's go check out Meg. Meg, starting to trigger the MA20 line over here. So let's see if that gets sustained. And I see a support here, okay, which is the area where the price stopped at today. So let us say tomorrow, because this is the support previously, okay, and now it stopped at that area. So the rule says that your previous support, your previous support when the stock is going down can act as a resistance. Okay. Now, your condition here tomorrow, if the price starts around, let's say, 4.76 or 4.77, and most of the action happens on the upside, then chances are you will now have a reversal, a confirmed reversal, and you'll see upward movements in the coming days. The reason why, even if this is already triggering the MA20 line, sometimes see this, it overshoots. There was a day previously when the price already crossed above the MA20 line, but because there is no volume, low volume, therefore it did not really sustain. Because when there is no volume, if there's just one big player who will take profit, then you will most definitely experience a breakdown in the price. Okay, so one thing good about the international market is the fact that volume is already there. So chances are, whatever the signals your indicators are giving you, chances are it'll be correct because the volume is present. The downside in the Philippine market is that you don't have enough. Therefore, even if you think that that's already crossing above the, let's say in this situation, you will think that it is already crossing above the MA20 line, uh, but it's not sustained because there's no volume. Aside from the fact that these candlesticks are bearish in nature when this appears at the resistance area. Okay, so this already is a signal that it will retrace. But now, expounding on it further, this stock, if you have a starting price above that and most of the action happens on the upside, then definitely you might experience some more upward movements in this stock. IMI. Okay, IMI, you are nearing a short-term resistance, which is at the 8.95 area. Okay, so let us say you may have entered at a cheaper price. Just observe the price movement around this level and see if you've experienced weakness, then just take profit. Okay, so that's your resistance. So how do you plot your resistance? Check where the current price is at the moment and then screen upwards from where it is at. Then find out if there's an area where you see multiple times a price stop at a certain level. And this is where it is. So you notice each for several days the price is trying to hit that area, trying to break that, but we are unsuccessful. That's why there's a rejection. So multiple times, two or more days, that's already enough to say that that's a resistance. Okay. Now, contrary, if you want to check out the support, go to the current price where it is at right now and screen downwards. The very first consolidation, if you see a price stopping at the same level from this point downwards, then that will be your first support. And this is the area that we are seeing. Okay, so that's how you plot your support. Why is it important for us to really master identifying the support and resistance? Because that alone could give you strong indicators, or the support and the resistance are the strongest indicators. Even without any other indicators, if you just wanna simplify your trading setups, with support and resistance you can already trade. Okay, and the rule is just enter the support, take profit at the resistance, and it will already give you profitable um, trades. Do it every single time consistently, accurately, then of course your accuracy rate will be higher. MBT. Let's check out MBT. Okay, for MBT, there is some price rejection that happened when the price hit the upper band. So let's see. Hopefully, this is just a temporary retracement that we are experiencing, and it stops at the 67.6 level where your MA20 line is at. Okay, so check out. Hopefully, the price does not break down and just bounce at the area where we plotted the line. SMC. As for SMC, um, yeah, we see some signs of bullish movement. Could be this or could be this. Okay, so either way, that's an area anyway. Your next resistance would be this level. Look at MA20 line. Okay, so oops. Your MA20 line is your resistance in this case because number one, previous support, previous support. Okay, multiple times that price area was hit, and it will now be your next resistance. So if you really want to get in, and let's say tomorrow you will experience some retracements, then anywhere from here to here in between is fine, and then probably take profit around here. Now that is if you're trading it, but take note, San Miguel Corporation is a very established company in the Philippine market. It gives out dividends regularly. So if you want to engage in the stock, I recommend to go long term, especially because we have a lot of followers here who are really, really new in the market. So try to master the ins and outs first, and then maybe start by becoming an investor first before you transition to trading. Okay, and this is another good company to begin with. Hi Joel. Okay, let's add Wilkin for you. ISM for Lani. Yeah,